What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be ranking the best shooting guards in NBA 2K25 MyTEAM here on this tier list. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. We are grinding like crazy, uploading, 8, 9, 10 videos every single day. We're going crazy. I really appreciate y'all's support. Without further ado, we're starting with KD. KD's going to be number one, or not number one. Technically, I guess he's probably like number 3 at this point on the list. He's been the number 1 shooting guard in the game for quite a while, though. 6'10" with basically perfect sigs. The only thing he doesn't really have is that Harden dribble style. I think would be, or not Harden dribble style. He has the Harden step back instead of the lean step back. That'd probably be my biggest criticism, but otherwise, I think he's an awesome card. Amen Thompson. Now, this is a very strict list. These are the best and only the best. There are no bad cards on this list. Therefore, Amen Thompson is C tier. And I'm going to get called crazy for this. He's so good defensively. He's such a good slasher. He's got Darius Garland dribble style. His jumper has a hitch in it. It does. Plain and simple. At this point in the year, when you are playing with the best of the best, the elite of the elite, that is something you do not want. Plain and simple. Nothing else to say about it. To me, he is C tier. I'm not changing my mind on that one, I don't think. Dr. J. Honestly, Invincible Dr. J is still low A tier. I think he is probably, before this weekend's drop, I think I would have had him second at the shooting guard position. I think I would have had him over Rudy Gay. I would have had him over Cedric Maxwell, guys like that. To me, that's probably fair. I think I'm going to go S tier for Dr. J still. He's really, really good. Larry Bird is A tier to me. He's my favorite 100 overall shooting guard in my team. He's got everything but Garland dribble style. He's got a De'Aaron Fox dribble style as well, which does have a good push cross, but isn't the same when it comes to some of the bursting ability of it. That being said, I do think everything else sigs wise is absolutely elite. And he's got an elite jumper. He's also 6'9" and very switchable to shooting guard position, which is something that gives these top tier guys a lot of value. I don't think he's quite S tier, and his jumper's not unbelievably insane, although it is good, but I think he's probably A tier. LaMarcus Aldridge is tall with a good jumper. That's about it. I don't think he's D, but I do think he's C. I'm not sure how many D tier cards we have on this list. I'm looking at these guys. These are not, there's not a single actually bad card on this list. So as of right now, we'll see what happens. Paul George, I'm going B. I know he's 6'8". I know he's incredible defensively. We have like 35 cards on this list. You know what I mean? Like, there is only so many shooting guards in the game on this list. These are the best. He's somewhere around the back half of the top 10 to the middle of the, I don't know if he's top 10 anymore, to be totally honest with y'all. I mean, with the SIGs he's got compared to the SIGs, a lot of these other cards, even some of these free cards, these budget cards have, like, I'm not 100% convinced that this is a top 10 shooting guard in the game at this point. His jumper's great, his defense is great, but he just doesn't have the movement at all. Michael Beasley, S tier, no brainer. Best shooting guard in the game, not named. Well, he might be the best shooting guard in the game in all honesty. He certainly has an argument. Incredible card, 6'9", absolute dog. Like, stud, top tier, unbelievable jumper. He's the best. Franz Wagner, I'm also going C tier. Franz is big with a good jump shot. He does, and he's honestly actually got decent movement too. I think he's better than both LaMarcus and Amen. He is, you know what? He's B tier. He's 6'9", 6'10", and he's good. I think that's fair. Carmelo's not quite S tier, but he's very, very good. He's got pretty much all the animations besides the fade. Jumper's great, solid card, definitely A tier. Rick Barry's got all the SIGs. He doesn't quite have the defense, but he's certainly got the movement. He's got a good jumper too. I'd take him over both PG and Wagner, but I do probably think he's more low B than he is. I don't know. This is just my opinion. I think he's more high B than he is low A. That's all I think about that. Glenn Rice. He's better than Rick Barry. I think he's lower A tier. I would rather have Larry Bird than Glenn Rice, but not by like a huge gap. Good jump shot, very good SIGs. Has normal fade, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but there is honestly a lot to like about this card overall. I do think he's a solid option. Kawhi is exact same level as Paul George. They're actually very similar cards. Neither of them are elite level shot creators. Both of them have solid but not unbelievably ridiculous jumpers. They're both elite defenders. I think they're both B tier. I think I'd actually prefer Paul George, but it's close. Michael Finley's going to be one of our only D tiers, only because I think I have to have a couple, and he is, in terms of pure like SIGs and movement, one of the worst cards on this list easily. I don't know. I think he has no movement at all, really, is the biggest thing. His jumper's nice. He's great defensively, but he has no off the dribble ability whatsoever. Brandon Ingram, speaking of no off the dribble ability, is only not D tier because he's 6'10" and his switchability defensively and his jump shot are very, very good. Plus, of course, he's got the 100 overall stats and badges, which certainly don't hurt at all. Josh Childress is going to be a top of B card with Rick Barry. Very similar to Rick. He's got the SIGs and the animations to overall be a really, really good option at the shooting guard position. The badges leave a little bit to be desired. That's to be expected as a pink diamond. If you have a very badged up Josh Childress, you could absolutely make an argument for him higher than the B tier on this list. He is very, very solid. Ron Artest, he's B tier. Give me a second. How many? He's A. Yeah, he's A. Okay. I don't think I can go B tier with Ron Artest because his jumper's not bad. It's not my favorite personally, but it's certainly not a bad shot. Defensively, he's very, 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 very elite, of course. He's like a better Kawhi. He's got pretty darn great movement. I don't think his SIGs are perfect, but they're pretty close. He's A tier. I don't think he's that insane personally of all the invincibles, but he is A tier. Richard Jefferson is also going to go A tier. I don't love this card as much as I think some other people do. I do think he's better than Rick Barry and Josh Childress when it comes to the free budget attainable shooting guards. He was a very good reward from the Festival of Champions. At the same time, I don't know. Something about that card is a little weird for me. He's definitely good, but he's not quite as insane as I don't know, as I thought he would be initially. That being said, I do think he's the best of budget cards. I actually like him a lot. I think he's still A tier. Rudy Gay, low S tier, like the lowest of S tiers. He's probably the last card in the S tier or the first card in the A tier. His jumper is still very solid, but I wouldn't say it's absolutely ridiculously insane, which is probably the only thing that really takes him a little bit down. Again, keep in mind, this is a very strict list. When I'm criticizing a Ron Artest or a Richard Jefferson, I'm just saying they don't feel quite like the same level of elite as a Beasley or a KD or guys like that. It's not saying they're bad cards, if that makes sense. Hopefully that does. But for Rudy Gay, again, I think he's awesome. Jumper's just a little iffy, and at a list this strict, it's like high A or low S. I'm not sure yet. KD, S tier, he's the best. Him and Beasley are the two best shooting guards in the game. Those two I don't have to debate. They're absolutely insane. Gerald Wallace doesn't do barely anything off the dribble. Good jumper, good defender, 6'7" shooting guard, solid card, but there's a lot of solid cards. Everybody on this list is a solid card. I think Gerald Wallace is D tier. Tracy McGrady, I like Rudy Gay better. I just do. Jumper's not quite as good. T-Mac's jumper is better, but Rudy has Pro 2 fade. T-Mac does not. Rudy is awesome defensively. I love the card on the defensive end of the court. I think he's really good. And I think T-Mac's really good too, but I'd rather have Rudy. And if I was considering Rudy an A, I'm definitely thinking T-Mac's probably high A. Sean Marion, absolutely spectacular jump shot and great defense and great stats and badges. He is B, but he is the highest ranked of the cards with very little SIGs and animations because he doesn't have much when it comes to those. But that being said, he is a awesome jump shot and 6'7" with big physicality. I do think his animations defensively are generally pretty good. He's B tier. Cedric Maxwell is going to be the only card in the game on this list at a dark matter tier, well, below Invincible in the S tier. I love this card. I don't know. I can't tell you how much I love this card. I think he's absolutely insane. SIGs are literally invincible SIGs. Release is an invincible caliber release. He's got Pro 2 fade. He's got pretty much perfect stats. Not perfect, but like close enough to perfect stats and badges, especially if you badge him a little bit, but he comes really good even as a base card. Like, I love Cedric Maxwell. He is my favorite dark matter card in the game. I think I've talked about him probably more on my channel than anybody else has talked about this card. I could be wrong, but I love Cedric Maxwell. I think he is S tier. Larry Johnson is a solid A tier. He's a better Richard Jefferson. Very good card. Not really worth the price tag overall, but definitely a very good card. If I got the pieces from the last festival, which I did, I used them on Ralph Sampson. I didn't want to use them on Larry Johnson. He's not that much better than Richard Jefferson. He's a very good card, but he's got the same jumper and nearly the same SIGs. He's not that much better at all. Kyle Korver, C. Awesome shooter, but doesn't do much off the dribble. His new jumper is good, but his old jumper was really good too. I mean, he's a very solid card. I think he's C though, honestly. He's not special at all to me. OG Anunoby, probably D tier. Does a little bit off the dribble, but he's a great 3 and D. And again, none of these guys in D tier are unusable. They're all great defenders with, generally speaking, pretty darn good jump shots. There's a lot of good cards, man. And I think OG's got to go towards the D tier. Dr. J is S tier for sure. He's right there with Invincible KD, right after KD and Beasley's GOAT cards. Just an awesome card. The only criticism I really have of that Dr. J, even compared to the Invincible Dr. J or the point guard level 40, because this is the free one that only plays shooting guard. The point guard one, I'd want to play at point guard, right? I think that makes sense. the player build on this one isn't as good. And that's a real criticism. I think it does make a little bit of a difference defensively, but he's still, I mean, it's exact same stats and badges as the point guard one. Incredible jumper, exact same animations. I mean, he's an incredible card and definitely one of the best shooting guards in the game. That I have no doubt about whatsoever. Billy's low B. His jumper's great, but he's not, and he's okay off the dribble, but he's got D-book dribble style. He has a good escape and he's got a great jumper. He's mid B. He's not low B. He's on the level of a Paul George. He's smaller than PG is, but he moves better than Paul George does, and his jumper's a bit faster than PG's is. And he is still going to be great defensively, still going to be great as a rebounder, all that type of stuff. Like, he's a good card. I just think he's not that great, honestly. J-Dub is the shortest player on this list at only 6'5". His SIGs are actually very good, and his jumper's not bad, but the SIGs are not perfect enough to overcome the lack of size, in my opinion. And his jumper is not a park level insane jumper. It's just like a solid jumper. And so for me, J-Dub does go down in the D tier, unfortunately. Joe Johnson. I think ISO Joe, I love this card. He has only thing he has wrong with him is he doesn't have Garland, but his jumper is amazing and the rest of his SIGs are great. So to me, I think he's A tier. He's one of those cards that kind of like Larry Bird does enough to overlook not having Darius Garland because his jumper is really good. With Bird, it's the size and defensive switchability. With Joe Johnson, it's also great SIGs, but it's the jump shot more than anything else, which is absolutely insane with the great SIGs besides Garland dribble style. Tamani Kamara, awesome 3 and D, but again, just like kind of all the other D tier guys besides J-Dub, he just doesn't do anything off the dribble. And for me, I think he is probably a D tier guy at this point. Glenn Robinson, really solid 100 overall, same level as actually Glenn Rice is. They're very similar cards, which is interesting because they're both named Glenn. But high level jump shot, really good, versatile, athletic, all around studs. They do everything well. They have great SIGs, they have great jumpers. They're very, very good cards. They're not the best of the best per se, but they're generally speaking really complete, really good cards. And then Paul Pierce is the exact same way. Yet another guy who I don't think quite deserves S tier, but I will give him in the A tier. Maybe I should move a couple guys down from A tier to B tier, but I actually like all these A tier guys a lot. I don't think I want to do that. So it's just going to be a top heavy list. At this point in the year, that's how that's going to be. When you have a best cards list and you have this many elite cards in the game, because we really do have a ton of elite cards at this point in the year, you're going to get a list like this where good cards are in the low tiers. That's just how it works. And obviously you have a ton of top tier cards. So with that being said, let me know what y'all think of this list in the comment section down below. If you did enjoy the video, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.